Making this print tested my patience more than I expected, and I almost gave up because of just how difficult it was to carve. I do have carving experience from practicing with soft lino, but hard lino, as the name suggests, is a lot tougher since it's made of a more durable material. With the tougher material, it's a lot difficult to carve, but it's also much easier to get a lot of detail, so you have to pick your battles, and unfortunately for me, I lost that battle because even though I was somewhat able to carve out a detailed design, the process of getting there included sore fingers, back pain, and a mild headache. I was hunched over for most of the time trying to get all the details, so that put strain on my back, and at one point I started to get dizzy due to how focused I was trying to make things work. But the main issue I was having was how much my fingers hurt from carving. Unlike soft lino, which carves almost like butter, the harder material felt stiff and uncooperative. I had to push down so much harder with my tools just to make the smallest line. My fingers started cramping pretty quickly, and I kept slipping because the blade wouldn't glide smoothly the way I was used to. Instead of enjoying the process, I caught myself getting impatient and annoyed at how slow everything was going. It was one of those moments where I questioned if I even wanted to finish the design at all. Honestly, I think my experience with hard lino wouldn't have been nearly as frustrating if I hadn't been working under a time crunch. Since I was making my print during a workshop, I only had about 3 hours to get familiar with the tools, carve out my piece, and go through the whole inking process with the printing press. Trying to learn, experiment, and finish everything within that short window definitely added pressure, and the physical discomfort didn't help either. But I still see it as a really valuable learning experience. It pushed me to test my carving skills in a way I wouldn't have on my own, and it gave me a glimpse into how much patience and practice this medium really demands. Would I say the pain was worth it? I guess so, because I was able to experience using a printing press for the first time, which helped me try and push myself to finish carving. So how the printing press works is you first ink your lino, making sure the ink is nice and smooth without any clumps, and this was when I was actually pleasantly surprised with my design. Up until this point, I honestly thought my design looked like a disaster because it was so hard to see what I was doing while carving. Everything is just the same dull gray and the lines don't really stand out. But once I rolled the ink over the surface, the design came to life in a way I wasn't expecting. The contrast of the ink against the carved lines suddenly revealed all the details I thought I had messed up, and it turned out a lot better than I imagined, even though there were places that needed work. After inking, the next step is to place your block with a piece of paper on top of it and spin the press where a large cylinder rolls over the whole thing, leaving you with your very own print. If you use a wet piece of paper, you can even get an embossed print where the paper bends to the design so your print is textured. Unfortunately though, my paper had a bit too much water, so the ink bled a lot, but I think it gives an interesting look. Although it took a lot of patience and perseverance, I think my print came out alright. I really like my design, so I think I might try making this print again with hard lino after some practice, or maybe I'll just stick with soft lino instead, just so I can save my fingers and back from any more pain.